Good evening, everyone. Before we start, Dave, why you are not laughing in the picture? A lot of question I received today.
I don't smile. I'm not a smiler. It's a serious job collecting for the food bank. No, I don't smile. I'm just serious. I'm doing a serious job here. It was no, I'm not a smiler. Plus, I can't smile. I mean, I've got a missing tooth. And I think I look like Captain Jack.
So I think it's looked like Brucey was on the wheel tonight.
Yeah, it was. I think
Not much difference.
I think yeah. Let's not get away from it. The game was embarrassing. There was faults all round, even faults with Eddie Howe. But let's not, like I said, let's not salt the pudding too much. Let's just look at the fact that, yeah, we've been beaten. It's disappointing. We had enough chances, but without Callum Wilson, we've got nobody to put them chances away. We didn't use Anderson, and Dwight Gale didn't get he didn't get a look in. Joe Linton could have had 2 or 3. Maxey should have had 2 or 3. Their goalkeeper pulled off some fantastic saves.
Yeah,
you know, from a goalkeeping point, from me being a goalkeeper, from a goalkeeping point of view, they were astonishing. They were the reason why Cambridge went through. I can't. Let's give Cambridge that due. They deserve to go through. They played well. They were strong. They were strong in the tackle. They didn't offer much up front, but what they did do, they put the ball in the net. We couldn't do that. And that's where we need to strengthen. Vlahovic, whether it's him, whether it's Barbosa, we need to bring a striker in, even on loan, even for 6 months. I think they've seen that as a priority now. I don't think they're playing the way they did with Maxey being the false number 9 worked for what they did. Richie was he was in the game in the first half. He went missing in the second half. Kieran Trippier his first touch was absolutely amazing. His control of the ball was absolutely amazing. Shelby was back to his best in the first half, pinging crosses left, right, and centre. But it exposed the fact is we didn't have anybody up front to put the ball in the net. We didn't do too badly at the back. Mistakes were being made, yeah, as they always are made. Everybody's going to make a mistake.
Why Anderson didn't play?
Don't know.
I was waiting for him to play. See.
Yeah, so was that. But I don't know. And then when we had to make the substitution with Richie got injury, so we had to bring Mankiw on. And I think when that happened, we seemed to go dead flat. We seemed to be like there was no drive, there was no energy.
Yeah.
Longstaff, he's stealing a wage. That man is stealing a wage. He was absolutely shocking today. His pass, his first touch, was absolutely not. If Everton offered us £100, never mind £1 million, I'd take it. I honestly, he was shocking today. Maxey didn't have a good game, but Maxey was at least he was having a go. Kept tripping over the ball sometimes, and
yeah.
It was one of those games where nothing went right for it. But I think if we'd had a centre forward, it might have made a difference. Certainly the number of chances we had. We've had somebody there who could put the ball in the net. But yeah, It was an embarrassing display, and I've got to admit as well, the crowd were not up for it like they normally are. The crowd weren't up for it. We had a lot of fans displaced from the level 7 who were in the corner. The songs that they were singing were something out of the past. Nothing to raise the spirits of the players. Nothing at all. And I think that had an effect on the rest of the crowd. You know, the crowd just went up for it.
Yeah.
The crowd went up for it, and it was pretty poor in the all-round display. Everything was pretty poor.
Should we put the game to bed and talk about?
Wait, I want your opinion, Chris, first, please.
But no, the reason why I mentioned it, Chris, though, is because
that
game today highlighted where we've got.
Of course,
it's in transfer market.
Totally exposed. Up front, we have no finishing. I'm actually pretty down on ASM. I mean, we're not going to sell him at his low point. But we definitely need 2 strikers in. Callum Wilson, the news today was Eddie House, and he's out for 8 weeks. At least, he gives you 2/3 of a season. So that's not going to get us up, improve us if we stay up this year. So
let's put the game to the bit. Good night, game.
Yes. Okay. So talking about the links. So we understand that Newcastle's offer on Friday, which some sources say that Lille is rejected, but I think most sources still say that Lille is mulling over, was 35 million euros. A report last night says that Lille are holding out for 40 million euros, which, again, there's no other suitors. AC Milan is skint. They can't pay that money. So, if they do knock back the 35 million euro price, then we could just pay the 40 million, an extra couple million quid is pocket change for this club. Just get it done. I mean, we can't hold out for the perfect deal. We need the deals to be done. So let's get Botman in. If Dean is going to hold out for all this money and 200,000 a week, whatever, then we can forget about him.
طبعا نيوكاسل يعني للحين احنا نحكي في عرض بوتمان. يعني كل صحفي يقول لك شيء مختلف، لكن اللي واضح انه لسه ليل يعني لم يرفض العرض ولم يقبل العرض بنفس الوقت. في يقول لك 35، مع انه اللي يبين انه هو يبحث عن 40 مليون تقريبا يعني للصفقة. يعني في خلاف يعني على المبلغ المطروح. I see today that I thought 3 more players will do it for us. 1 center back, 1 in the midfield like Ramsey or anyone can hold the ball for a little longer, and 1 striker will do it for us. What do you think? Yeah.
What center back would you play to play along a new signing? We've got to get 2 new center backs and a new left.
No, I mean at least 1 center back, 1 midfielder, 1 striker, at least minimum.
Oh, of course. I mean that's without question. We want to sign 2 center backs and a left back, and definitely 2 strikers. I'm just
Watford is close. It's next Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get all of our business done before Watford, but
we'll get some of it.
I don't know where our goals are gonna come against Watford. Certainly not Dwight Gale, not ASM. I mean, ASM. I don't think he's learned anything under. He certainly hasn't improved under. Why hasn't ASM gotten the Joe Linton, improvement treatment under Eddie Howe? He's just. I think he's still sulking about not being under Bruce, and he kind of plays his own way, and these are the same issues that he's had with two other managers, Vieira and Lucien Favre. So yeah, I'm not high on ASM at this window, but it's not the window to sell him.
Agree with what Don's saying there. You know what I mean? Murphy did all right, but he certainly needs a lot more games. He needs to pick up his pace a bit, and he needs to work a bit harder under Howe.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of his game when we should have won against Brentford, when he tried to deke the keeper, and he could have just rolled around the keeper and shot into an open net, but he tried to lob it over the keeper, and the keeper easily saved it. I just don't. I'm pretty down on him too. Yeah. So as far as the other, I mean, of course, strikers were linked to. One source said that we have a 70 million euro bid in for Vlahovic. I'm not really believing that.
That's still on this deal, still on,
especially since Arsenal sort of have lodged like a 35 million euro bid for him. So we're not going to double. We're not going to double. It's not going to take double that to get him to come to us for Arsenal.
Yeah, I think what will happen. I think we'll spend the money that we've got to spend on strengthening defence.
Yeah,
like, so we need two more centre backs. We need a left and we need a left back. And there's a possibility that their centre forward roles will go out on loans. They'll be loans. You know, they'll not spend money on the strikers.
Yeah, we haven't done any loans yet. It sounds like Origi is not available. I think Liverpool have kind of shot down any rumors that Origi could leave the club, even on loan, I think. So that's one of the guys that was most talked about in recent days in terms of maybe not links to Newcastle, but at least a possibility. And it sounds like that door has been closed. But
so that leaves Martial.
Yeah. I mean, it's a question of, I mean, I don't know if I've never wanted him, but it's sort of like we might just be desperate enough just to take him on half
with
season.
On a end of season loan. That's quite what give him some playing time, put him in the shop window.
Yeah.
The same goes for Aubameyang. If
I mean, I would have Aubameyang any day over Martial.
No new link for a striker so far.
No.
Not so far.
بالنسبة للمهاجمين ما زلنا على نفس الأسماء. فلافيليفيتش الحين أقول اسمه غلط، اللي من فيورنتينا. كثير قالوا عن أرسنال، لكن أرسنال دفع بس العرض كان 35 مليون. نيوكاسل حسب التقارير 70 مليون، فهذا يعني لسه عليه كلام. أوريجي طبعا نفى ليفربول أنه لن يخرج طبعا في هذه الفترة. أنا أعتقد أوريجي هذه كلها كانت سالفة جس نبض من أحد الأندية بطريقة خاصة معينة. مارشال يعني قد يمكن كثير كانوا ما يبغونه يعني في نيوكاسل، لكن الآن احنا زي ما تقول يائسين يعني لدرجة إنه يا عمي حتى مرسيال هات، يا عمي شيل مرسيال جيبه بس. يعني هذه الإشكالية. Okay. Nothing else, Dad?
No.
Let me see what the latest is.
No. There's not.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any. There's not really any new. Unfortunately, there's not any at least like new links tonight. It sort of seems like.
Yeah.
You wonder if all the agents and players linked to us tuned into that match and are like, no thanks, Newcastle's not for me.
What about your brother Romano, Fabrizio Romano?
do I really want to see him talk about Dean? People are kind of wondering, like, if he's so interested about Dean, why does he keep talking about Newcastle?
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to like make it come true by saying it's not going to happen. Let's see, Fabrizio. Okay, this is real exciting live. I don't know. He's mostly talking about Italian and Spanish incomings tonight. Insigne went to Toronto. Okay.
Something I don't know if you've seen it, but apparently Nick Hammond is reportedly interested in signing Benoit Badiashile. I've never heard of him before.
Oh yeah, there was that was the name I was looking forward to having someone say on this show tonight.
Badiashile.
Unpronounceable name.
Yeah. I think this is Plan B for defenders.
Yeah. So
he's a speedster, so I don't know what it means by speedster. I don't think he's a is he a forward?
Yeah. Here's what Fabrizio said about Origi. Liverpool are not planning to sell Divock Origi in January, despite approaches from Serie A and Bundesliga clubs. Doesn't mention Premier League clubs. No negotiation for Luis Diaz with SC Porto. Origi will be needed, and Klopp asked him to stay until June as things stand. So, just waiting for the Fabrizio Romano. No way, not coming to Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, the same as Badiashile, he apparently plays for Monaco, and he's only 20 years old.
Where he from?
Monaco.
No. Which country he's? Badiashile in Monaco.
Not the Batshuayi. That guy. Batshuayi.
No. Badiashile. Oh, Badiashile, not Badiashile.
Badiashile.
Sound.
But he's from French. He's French.
French. Okay.
French. He's French. So he's probably one. Yeah. So apparently he's with Monaco, and they rate him very highly. And he's only 20 years old. So is he a player that we could be linked with for the future rather than now? But apparently Hammond's interested. Hammond's been ruling the scouting role over him. They've been looking at him. So let's see what that brings. Again, it's just paper talk. Every agent is talking up their player because they know Newcastle's in the market for players. We're going to get this for the next 23 days, 22 days. We're going to get everybody.
So today should be the second week start.
Yeah.
Next week is going to be second week. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have more news إن شاء الله. يعني هذا كل ما كان لدينا اليوم إن شاء الله. بكرة إن شاء الله يعني أكيد راح يكون إن شاء الله معانا أخبار أكثر مع كريس رومانو والشيخ ديف. نراكم بكرة إن شاء الله على خير إن شاء الله. تصبحون على خير.